and welcome back. Joy is a survivor. We have got our new kitchen. It's all set up. It's ready to go. Everything's plumbed. We've got water. We've got freezer with food. Everything's good in life. I played... Oh, you know, what I should have done is watch the previous video, the very end, and note down what day I was on, because I played several days, quite a few days off camera. It was basically like that episode I recorded where I had mentioned that I normally do this stuff off camera because it's a little boring. That's what I did. I just hung out. I read a whole bunch of books, and I just sort of tried to gain a little bit of weight. We're up 68. A few notable changes. You had mentioned to me that the zombie population, under the sandbox options here, I changed the respawn unseen hours to 0. I recently have been over to the firehouse. There were no zombies in the firehouse, so maybe that was working. However, even at 8,760 hours, you know, divided by 24 hours, because the days are 24 hours, it's still, there shouldn't have been zombies in there, so there clearly was something wrong. There was something going on there with those settings. On the map, I was running into an issue, as I had mentioned on my post, with the fish. So the fish ponds, apparently I was one of the many people online who had the issue where the fish abundance rating was not updating. So I never actually had a reason to put the second fish hut in there and get Joy trapped in the first place, which is just the icing on the cake with my playthrough, you know. Go through all that trouble, nearly die, get stuck, get trapped, almost die again and again and again, and then it turns out didn't need to do any of that anyways. So yeah, there we go. The fishing abundance updated as soon as I caught a fish. It jumped from 44 to 90 after I caught a fish. So the pond is working just fine. It updates according to the wiki and according to some smarter people than me online. It should update every 24 hours, so you should be able to fish every day. I took the sledge and I sledged out, I don't know exactly where along this fence, somewhere down here, one section, and I added a door. So I can come out this way now. I had a major issue with the traps. They were not updating. I was not catching anything. Something recently built, I think, was just a little too close to them, because they were working. Early on, they were working. I had a bunch of bird traps going. So what I did was I picked them all up, and I went across the street, and I want to, excuse me, and I want to say I put them right in here. I don't currently have my backpack on, so I can't write it down, but it's somewhere in here. And it's like 5 box crates and like 7 or 8 bird traps, and they all work. I have caught rabbit. I put him, I for sure caught rabbit because I have some. There's in here. They're frozen. So I've got small bird meat, rabbit meat. I've got some stuff that I foraged. We got cabbages that we've grown. So, as I said, I went over to the firehouse. I did grab the battery because I had nothing else as I was on my way back. So I just grabbed the battery. So in this box here, we've got our, what I would just call like the junk drawer, crafting junk. Books here. Really seems like a misuse of space here. I might get a bookshelf, slap it in next to the ice crate, and then just use this for something heavier than books. And then I've got weapons here. We've got quite a few weapons. But really, we've just been using knives. Excuse me. This is the first time I've recorded in the morning for me in a while. I'm recording Monday's episode on Sunday morning. Usually I record at night. But yeah, so this is plumbed. I put the flag up. I went and grabbed some more industrial stuff. This is not an industrial oven, but it's a gray oven, so it's nice. I've been using this to cook. I haven't been using the barbecue anymore, which has been great. We have been getting fairly significant amounts of calories from our meals. I've been making, I want to say I've been making soup with like rabbit and cabbage and stuff. Now, this is plumbed. Right above this sink are 2 rain collectors. I'll show you. And you'll notice that I have replaced all the floor up here with wood. This is my attempt to get the room below to act as a room, because as I mentioned, I was having some issues getting it to behave as a room. So I've got these two rain collectors up here, and they funnel into each other, which fill the sink down here. So I don't know if this is an exploit, but this does work this way. When you do that, when you plumb to a sink, the sink comes out with purified water. So you don't have to go through the heating process to get rid of water. Apparently there are some really strong filters on the sink. But more importantly, I moved the water distributor down here, and I can pick up, because of the mod, I can pick up one of these jugs. They're all full right now. And it was raining like crazy the last 4 days. It's been nonstop raining and storming. So I picked up one of these jugs, and I can just stand here and just fill it. Purified water. These are full. All of them are full. That was great. I've been spending a lot of time. I do like very mild RP in my own head. It's gonna sound really silly, but when I am playing this game, just sort of doing the same stuff over and over and over and over and over is a bit much. So I try to sort of get in the character's head a little bit. So usually when I get into a little bit safer location and a base, what I start doing is I'll have a second set of clothes. So I've got the stuff that I wear, like firefighter pants, leather gloves, gas mask, crash helmet. I put them on the coat rack. We drop her bag. She doesn't need to carry that around while we're in the base. Obviously, we always have knives equipped, because why wouldn't you? This is empty now. I need to clean up all of this stuff from when I was chopping trees down to build this nonsense. I planted more cabbages, so I got 5 more cabbages and more than 5 potatoes over here. These cabbages are ready to harvest. I'm just letting them. The last 2 cabbages were in here, kind of where my character is standing, and I harvested them without seeds because I was getting a little low on food and getting a little nervous. So those are ready to harvest, but they're one stage away from being harvestable with seed bearing. I did bring over. I'm not going to go up here because I might fall off and kill myself. I haven't finished this. I don't know what I'm going to build up here. I had originally thought about taking the sledge and just destroying the staircase, but now that it's here, I'm a little bit curious about what I should do with it. But as I said, of trying to get into the head of my own character a little bit, I did bring over the air conditioner, so she has access to AC. According to my watch, it is 11 a.m. and it is August 7th. Now, I am from America, and August is pretty hot month, and 66 at 11 a.m. is a beautiful day. Normally it would be so blisteringly hot around this time, especially in Kentucky. So I was kind of curious about that. I wonder if there's something going on with the temperature in game. Because it was actually cold enough that she was getting the cold effect, and I had to, because I was walking around without the coat, because she has on, it's hard to see the little blue here, she has on a military coat, a denim coat, and then a shirt. I was just walking around in the shirt while she was indoors, or in base, and it wasn't enough. It does jump to 68 while we're in the building, but So, all that said and done, we need. I haven't come up with a plan of what to do here, so I'm kind of funneling my thoughts to you as I kind of go through them. Now, the traps are working. I have checked them today, so we don't need to check them. They are baited today. I don't think I had enough worms to bait all of them. That's okay. I have plenty of cabbage to bait the other ones. Plus, I would rather use rabbit if I have the choice, rabbit or fish. So the bird traps I would like to phase out. So I've got food. I've got water. We have a generator. So let's take a look up through here. I have a sledge. Nails would be useful. So we could go back to the construction site here, clear out these homes and stuff. We could use a second generator, obviously. There's going to be stuff here. I do need a carpenter book, and I do need a few books, so we could go clearing apartment complexes again. So I'm saying we clear apartment complex, or we go to the storage sheds. So I'll grab our duffel bag. I don't currently have any food made, so I may need to make some food before we head out. Right. So let's put all this stuff on. The firefighter pants do not, in fact, go over the jeans, so we put those away. So she's good to go. And our backpack has got, I guess this is the book I was reading, so I'll need to place this item down here. This is where I was sitting to read. Indoors. It was raining so much, like straight for like 4 days. So I was like, oh, I'll just bring a chair inside because she was just sitting outside in the rain. And I was like, oh, this is awful. This is terrible. So we need food. I don't really want to bring around, I don't really want to bring a whole pot of soup. So I think what I might do is, I might make a frying pan or a roast. So this stuff's all frozen, so it's got to go in here. Just like cooking, this stuff has got a little bar. Careful. The rabbit's actually cooking. So this stuff is frozen more than... There we go. Turn off. So I am just going to go through... I tried looking up briefly. Oh. It says it's frozen. That's weird. It said it was cooking. Yeah. It's cooking while frozen. How weird. Oh, that's a bug. Okay, so, rabbit. I tried looking up whether or not I should be eating this stuff raw. Obviously not raw rabbit, but like, you know, just cooked, not fooded. And what I never really comfortably answered that question, but my understanding is that cooking is superior than anything you can do. And a lot of people say to add 2 of any given ingredient, except for spice. Only add the 1 spice. Add cabbage. So cooking, supposedly, the higher your cooking skill, the more you get out of a food, the higher hunger and calories. That was the thing I'm most concerned about, is calories. But according to what I saw and what some people were talking about, is it does impact your calorie count by going through the chopping cooking process such as this. So I'm going to keep doing that. So we have a minus 81 stir fry. I'm going to keep doing that, I guess, is my plan. Oh, I wanted to show you, because you're probably curious, because I've played quite a few days. So the generator is currently at 55% fuel, 87% condition. Obviously, a light. I did bring this light in here. It's a little weird to have a floodlight in a house, but it was pitch black in here, and I needed a light. She couldn't read in the dark. I mean, you can read in the dark, but I don't want her reading in the dark. That's weird. Yeah, so... the chairs. So, this may be a controversial opinion about the chairs. So I cleared out 2 rows of chairs. Here's what I did. You've seen it before. I run with the cheat menu on. I could explain briefly why I do this. I don't use it. If you're curious if I use it to save a character from a bite or something, I don't use that. The game, as much as they love Project Zomboid, it has a lot of issues. You can catch yourself on fire if you briefly step on a campfire and die. You can accidentally hold E too long, leap off a staircase, and die. You can accidentally hold E too long while you are in your base and leap out of a upper story window and die. You can, while building your second story here, path to the incorrect position, fall off while overweight, and die. You can be fighting a zombie, shove him, he falls down, but he falls down into a wall, so he does an animation reset and is instantly standing and then bites you, and then you're dead. There's a lot of reasons. There's more reasons than that as well to run. And those are all sort of cheesy ways to die that I don't like. I do get attached to my characters a bit once they get a little further along, like Lester. Lester died fairly, in my opinion. That was totally on me. But if I had a long-term character catch fire, I will go way out of my way to save the character. And that's the situation that I would use a cheat menu. However, within the cheat menu, with all that said and done, there is a delete mode, and I'll show you. So it highlights a X, or it highlights a square, and while I'm standing here, I can press X, and it'll just delete. It'll just delete whatever you're highlighting. I chose to do this instead of picking up each chair individually and then putting them in a trash can to delete them. It was faster, and I didn't feel like doing it. So that's where those two chairs went. That's obviously controversial. I'm sure a lot of people disagree with that kind of play style and stuff, but that's what I did. I don't try to hide anything. I got nothing to hide. You've seen the way the way I play. I don't. Oh gosh. Another thing I found out too in my days off. I thought these were all empty beer cans. They are not empty. There's just full beers all throughout the compound. I really thought, I mean, there's some of these are like empty bottles. Maybe I can find one to prove it, but yeah, empty bottle. Not all of them are empty though. And the beer bottles are decent calories. They are a way to, I want them to go into my duffel bag. Beer will take away unhappiness. It will, it is a form of a painkiller. So you can use it as a painkiller. You can use it as a sleep aid as well. So there were a few days when I was trying to gain weight, I would just drink a beer, and her sleep gauge would skyrocket, and you're good to go. So it's pretty useful, in my opinion. As long as you understand the implications of what's going to happen. Earlier in Joy's life, I was just drinking beer for the calories, and then I was like, oh, I'm always tired. I can't do anything. Yeah, if you're doing that, you might have a rough time. Don't do that. You know what? Don't play like me, and you'll probably do a lot better than you think. All that said and done, I came over here, and I don't remember if I actually decided on doing anything. Now, I will check the... I will check the area. There is a horde down there. There's zombies in the basketball court. I would like to check the firehouse. I cannot remember the last time I played off camera, whether or not how long ago that was. So, I would like to check the firehouse. I'm curious if they are still like respawning in some form or fashion. So books, or basically what I was thinking is we go after the apartment complexes, clear them out. We're looking for books, or we are looking for decoration items for the base. Or we go for nails. We obviously need nails. Motorcycle helmet. I don't often see those. It's full durability too. That's full face though. I don't think that'll mess with my gas mask. Still picking up electronics. Zoom out a little bit. No one seems to have heard us. Okay. So, I'm thinking apartment complex. So let's walk over to the firehouse, check it out, scope it out, see who's in there, and then head over to the apartment complexes. The apartment complexes I have not been to even on accident. So if respawning zombies truly are on, I can scope out any given one of those. Granted, we never full cleared any of those buildings, so they might not be... They might not have been cleared to begin with. Hello? 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 Don't see anyone in here. Also, I will say that this doesn't change anything about the respawn settings. Now, here's a dead fire zombie. I cannot remember the last time I came through here, so that really throws a wrench in this. Let me zoom in just a little bit because I'm having a hard time seeing. Oop, there's one up there. One hiding behind my tree. The firehouse has a pool table. It's something I would like to put into the base at some point. We will need a car. When we start doing a lot of decoration items, a lot of that stuff is very heavy, and you need a car. There's no way about it. You'll need a car to transport some of that stuff. So I do have a car. It is ready to go. I just gotta put the battery in there. Now let's see. There's a few zombies following me from the woods. Let's see. Okay, so there's a whole big ol' group up there. Now that is not respawn. That's redistribution. Zombies do not respawn at that rate. Even though I've been gone I haven't been here in a while, they do not respawn at this rate. So this was redistribution. This was another group of zombies showing up and just claiming the area. Okay, so I'm recording in the morning. I've had my coffee, so I'm hoping I don't mess this up. But this is one of those games where you can feel like if I don't play it under specific scenarios, I feel like my game is off. Like my game, like my skill level. This might be one of those situations where I try to fight a whole freaking horde of zombies and then do something dumb because it's, 10 a.m. There was a zombie behind me. There were actually a few zombies coming out of the woods, and I am on my way over there. So we need to keep an eye out. Shove, stab, stab. I remembered. Someone said, why aren't you stomping more? There's one, okay, directly behind me. Why am I not stomping? Why are you going for the stab animations? Habit, I guess. I'll try to remember. You are absolutely right. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be going for stomp. Just to preserve weapon durability. I have got so many knives. I've got these two on me, and I want to say I have 3 more hunting knives in my backpack, and I have like 5 more at base. I actually have so many that I stopped carrying them all because they're heavy. One behind me. Gonna go stab him. I really don't want to fight all the way down here because I'm going to start pulling from the woods. The closer I get to the woods, the more I'm going to start pulling from there because of the sound I'm creating. I don't want to do that. Those woods are not clear. That was a lot I played. Shouldn't play that way. Doing alright. Doing okay. We're doing okay. It's not my best, but hey. One weapon down. Let me pull out one while I'm remembering. Zoom out. It looks like we pulled the whole group in one go, which is interesting. And nothing else. Huh. Huh. That might have been our best clearing yet. Water bottle. Oop, nails. Grab. Earbuds, grab. I love seeing steaks. Like, not like a moo cow steak, but like a wooden stake to stab a vampire. I love that little detail. Like, someone made a stake to stab one of these people. Like, the implications is they probably just did whatever to make a weapon, but I think it's funny that someone would go for the stake. Like, they see a zombie, like, oh, you need, in order to kill a zombie, you gotta stab it in the heart or something, you know? Kind of like a vampire. That's definitely not what happened. They probably were just like, here's a piece of wood and I can sharpen it into what would be called a stake because there's no other word for it. But I like to think that they thought these guys were vampires and they went for the stake approach as opposed to the just run away approach. Axe. I have 2 axes. So funny thing about the axe, I'm not going to pick this up. It's 3 pounds. Funny thing about the axe, I was in our base and I was scrounging around for beers. And one of the zombies that has not decomposed, you know, under one of the tents, it's just been hanging out, actually had a fire axe on him. I had meant to say that, but I had forgot that even happened. But now I saw that axe, I remembered. Reason I'm not picking that up, I have one that I've been using, and I also have now that other one, which is full durability. And the firehouse is right here, and there are like 8 of them in there. That I have not picked up. Can you dismantle a camera? Yes. Okay. Had to double check. I'm not sure. I do not super need electrical skill. It's not vital to me surviving, but it is one of the skills we are looking to level up a little bit here. So there's some more zombies cruising around over there. They're in the junkyard, it looks like. There's nothing that we care about in that strip mall. That's done and cleared. I might stealth through here. I might be a little bit quiet. I'm going to stealth and I'm going to head into... So there was a zombie sitting over there and he's no longer sitting. So there's banging, but there was always banging. We want that TV. This is what I was talking about when we need decoration items. Okay. It looks relatively clear. Obviously, future playing will grab this fuel tanker. That is a mod, if you're curious. These are all looted and checked. So we are getting into mildly dangerous territory here. Let me explain my thoughts. First thing is that this is uncleared apartment complex, and it's facing a street that I don't see. There's also homes to the south that are fairly close. That are not cleared. Where is that? This one? This one. Okay, so let's cruise. This is gonna be nasty clearing. There's no like super efficient way to do this. There's a horde west. There's 2 zombies. There's never just 2 zombies. There's always like a full freaking group of them. There's a horde northeast. There's a horde south. This is sort of a dangerous area to fight. If I open the map and pause, there's one coming towards me. I'm gonna pause the game. So my issue is there's this. So this is not. I don't think this is retail. I want to say this is a animal testing place. I looked around on the Project Zomboid map off camera, and I was kind of looking at some of the buildings in the surrounding area, and there was like kennels and like vet equipment up here. So I think this is like animal testing. We could go in there because there might be like antibiotics and stuff, but it's like 6 floors big. So that's dangerous. In fact, I'm gonna mark that. That's super dangerous. There's 6 floors, could equate to an awful lot of zombies. There is restaurant here. We know for a fact that this is a corner market. This is where Sophia. So Sophia started in this house, one of these houses over here, or maybe it was this one up here. And we walked down, and we found this, and then we found the open lot, and then we found the construction yard. Yeah, and we walked through here. And there was a horde here and here. This is where she got the military backpack because there's a lot of zombies. And then she found the junkyard. This is the junkyard through here. I should like mark this so we know what it is. Maybe like a lot of cars would imply junkyard. I'll add some lines in here too. This is real rough and ready, but you kind of get the idea. This is a fenced-in lot. There is one door on this side. And this is where Sophia was going to base up originally before we found the firehouse, a car, and we left. And we went to the compound where she eventually met her end. Now, this building in particular is a building she found the survivor zombie in. And there were a lot of zombies in there. This is a corner market. That's where she got her cigarettes. So I don't know what this building is. I know what that is. No gas. That was not I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure no gas. I think that was just a corner market. So fighting over here, what I was saying is fighting over here might, because this building scares me more than these homes, I think. So I'm thinking we are going to fight over here. That was a lot of talk and explanation for me to just say, I'm going to fight over here instead. But I would like to try to explain some of my bizarre logic to you. Ooh, maintenance skill. That's real good. My bizarre logic as I kind of go through the game. I saw a comment, the name starts with a D. Was it Drevskull or something like that? He had said that he was getting better at surviving at the game through some modified settings changes, and had mentioned that he wanted to see me playing a game that wasn't quite so extreme, like with these settings, and that was... Ooh, I went for that stab. That is my plan. I haven't talked about it, but I mean, obviously Joy's gonna die at some point. She's either gonna die or we're gonna stop using her because she'll be so good. She will not. We'll do our best to get her killed. I'm not gonna just stop using her. What I would like to do is, we will. If we get to a position where we're like, the areas around us are cleared, base is up, and we're secure, we will continue clearing. We will do our best to clear out Louisville. We'll just start picking targets and start clearing. And new fancier and flashier ways, either Molotovs or just fighting. That's the plan. So what that means is that eventually Joy's gonna die, right? Like, there's no way about it. She's toast. At some point, she's toast. And that means I need a new game. So, new game settings, what do we want to do? And I've been thinking about this. I've played a lot of characters in Insane Population. As fun as it is to be clearing the Insane Population zombies and dealing with threats such as this, there's a few things that I don't like about playing on Insane Population, and the first one is that it feels like I cannot go anywhere. So it feels like all the videos are restricted to, like me. Like, look at Lester. Lester had, like, what was it, 7,000, 8,000 kills, and he went, like, one square block. In like, normal games you can play, you can get 7,000 or 8,000 kills and clear an entire town. Like, you can clear out Riverside or Muldrow. So what I'm thinking is, because that sort of irritates me that we can't sort of venture off and do things a little bit more. So I'm thinking we need to do something, and I think what I would like is there is a 10 years later mod, and I might try that. I might go 10 years later and like change all the loot to insanely rare and play in that same vein. Or we play just a normal old apocalypse setting game, and just go from there. There's a few things. There's a machete. I don't have a machete. There's a few things I don't like about Apocalypse. I'll try to explain my thoughts as I am attempting to not die. First is that on Apocalypse there are abundant resources. Like food, water, electric, etc. in the beginning. And food, for the most part, you can go to any old home and start scavenging food. Why do I dislike that? So as a player, I would not consider myself in any form of the sense like a pro player, but perhaps a veteran player. Maybe not even a veteran player. Maybe a slightly below veteran player. Someone who has been playing for a while, is comfortable with the mechanics and the combat settings. You'll be able to exploit those settings so easily that the idea of playing on just Apocalypse isn't necessarily anything, because of the abundance of food. A lot of the issues we run into is this initial setup of trying to find, food and sustain ourselves. Whereas in, regular Apocalypse, I can go to any house, literally any house, and find 2 or 3 canned foods. And if you loot several homes, so on and so forth. So that's kind of my thoughts. So if we play on Apocalypse, I don't think I will be playing on just true Apocalypse anytime soon. Unless it's requested to do a normal run. And maybe I'll pose that question to you. Would you, when Joy dies, prefer a normal run? Or would you prefer a more strange run? I am a little bit fond of the 10 years later approach. This one is 12 months later, this character in particular. I like the idea of the overgrown and trying to scavenge and set things up. I would obviously set loot to insanely rare, so that we still have to go through all the same hoops that Joy has gone through and so forth. Another thing we can do, we can sort of adventure around with some zombie settings. We can alter them. Like currently we are playing with pinpoint hearing and such. We can also play with sprinters. When we play with sprinters, in order to play with sprinters, you have to play in a little bit of the same way I'm playing currently, weirdly enough. Very slow, very poke and prod, very stealth approach. And abusing, more specifically, abusing terrain. So In order to deal with groups of sprinters, you have to trap them on fences, through houses, on trees, kite them around cars, etc. There are ways to deal with it, but here's the thing. As soon as you change the settings from that and you go into, say, sprinters or, keen hearing, etc., pinpoint hearing, you run into the same situation that we're in now, where Joy, for example, can't really go anywhere or do much. So that sort of leaves, in order to get that sort of style of approach, you need to play on a more base vanilla settings, I would say, like sawed-off shotgun, no ammo. I have a shotgun, so I'm not going to pick that up. It's a little heavy. There's also gun stores nearby that will have. So the way to get the approach of me getting to go around and travel and clear more efficiently is play on a more normal settings. And I think the only way to do that is to, instead of playing on Apocalypse, we'll play on Apocalypse, but what we'll do is, like, for example, change loot to, like, insanely rare, basically. So you have to go out and about, scavenge everything. We can leave the zombie spawn rates at the same. I will likely never play a game where zombie respawn is on, so obviously I would play. I'm gonna leave that. I would play on Apocalypse settings, but I would turn off respawning entirely. But that could be a more normal approach, a little bit more normal of a game. Insanely rare loot would force you to go out. Lester ran into an issue that I was not expecting with insanely rare loot. So Lester's game was insanely rare everything. Food, guns, not guns and weapons, but food, construction materials. Oh man, is there a zombie behind me? I'm eating. And specifically foraging. What fell into that was foraging stuff was very difficult. You couldn't find any food foraging because it was set to insanely rare. There was like nothing. Literally nothing. It was wild. What else? Construction materials was set to insanely rare. I could barely find nails to do anything. And farming. I could not find seeds. He only just found, I don't remember which of the books, or which of the VHS tapes actually gives skill level, if I'm being honest. So all that clearing, 7,000 kills, and more specifically, we cleared a literal farming store, and we never found seeds. We found a single seed. And I think it was radishes. Wasn't even a good one. So that's my thoughts on that. This character, it's a little bit higher. Seeds and construction materials are normal, so we were able to actually find them. I get a little irritated when I kill 8,000 zombies and clear out all those areas and we never find anything. Now, on the flip side, the issue that Lester had, if we're talking about, zombie mechanics, one of the things is that while I did go into a actual farming store, I wasn't able to clear further than that. Now, if we were playing on not insane zombies, more normal zombie settings, Lester would be able to explore the rest of Louisville. which opens up the scope. Even on insanely rare loot, when you're able to kill, zombies all throughout, you're able to visit multiple retail stores, find multiple like these vans, etc. The chances of locating some of that stuff are a little bit better, even on insanely rare. The major issue on insanely rare was that we had insane zombie loot, or zombie populations. We could never... Was this locked? It's locked. We were never able to do anything. It takes so long to clear. Just for, no chance at finding anything, basically. Carpentry. What am I looking for? Carpentry 4? Yeah, Carpentry 4 is the one we need. So, we've got all this stuff. I don't think I need farming 2. Let me double check here. No. No. We don't need farming 2. But, I want to loot it. Where did it go? Put it back. I think there's a zombie behind me. No? No, oh, he's across the way. Okay. But yeah, what was I saying? With a more normal zombie population, we are able to... we are able to sort of explore the town a little bit better. So maybe what the correct zombie settings might be is going for that. We can do insanely rare loot or 10 years later, and have the zombies set to normal, no respawning, apocalypse, and then go from there. That way there should still be fights, and it will force our character to go out and explore because we won't have access to food or other resources so easily. Another how to use generators. So that might be what I am doing if Joy dies. Yeah, let's get out of here. This looks like a mess. I think that's a bookcase I missed in the corner there. First aid. But yeah, so let me know what you think about all that rambling. I've thought about this for a while, setting up new games and stuff. Sounds like there's zombies right behind me, but I don't see them. So it was it would mean zombies are normal zombie spawning. I'm sorry, normal zombie, there's the zombie. Normal zombie population. No respawning whatsoever. Already read, got it, okay. And insanely rare loot. You can run into some issues with that. If I change, like for example, if we change, trying to think while I'm scouting out here. If we change melee weapons and ranged weapons to insanely rare as well, it limits drastically what we can do, which is generally okay. Generally speaking, you just have to play a little differently. We can't just go anywhere unless we have weapons. I think it would be an okay setting, and it would be a little bit more normal. But that's basically that rambling is basically my thoughts. My biggest complaint about Joy and Lester and Sophia and Carl and all of them is that there are so many zombies, and while there are so many zombies, and it's fun, it just doesn't feel like I'm able to get anything done, do anything, and it feels not productive for the series. Oh, might be time to leave. I'm level 2 tired. But yeah, let me know what you think would be appropriate sort of settings there. I'm okay with playing on Apocalypse with some reservations. Like I said, oh wow, this is a lot of zombies. I didn't think that many zombies were in there. I might need to retreat. I don't have the resources to kill right now. I dislike the abundance of loot available on Apocalypse. It's a little too easy. If I play Apocalypse, you will see me really base up hard and fast. And I don't know if that is all that enjoyable to watch. We need that semblance of struggle to survive. Or maybe it is. Maybe that's what someone wants to see, is, I'm gonna leave. Maybe that's what someone wants to see, is the, regular game, Apocalypse settings, no respawning, and just kind of go from there. I would more than likely turn off, Scratch Infection. It'd be saliva only. I don't like playing with that RNG chance of getting randomly scratched. Not a fan. I know some people are, but I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather be through a bite. Apocalypse would mean we would have to develop our own sort of goals because we would be clearing out so much. I'd more than likely start in Louisville and we would just go full bore on, clearing and killing. Any setting I think would be fun, but I'm just worried that certain aspects of it... There's another shotgun on the floor there. Certain aspects would be just a smidge too easy. Let's scope out. There's one zombie sitting there. She either wandered over or this stupid place respawned again. I don't see any. Okay. Now, why? They shouldn't respawn if I am there, but I want to say the episode that I got Joy trapped, I was recording. I started the recording here in the street and I was fighting. I went into the fire department, there was none in there. Walked out into the street, fought some zombies, turned around, went back into the fire department, and there were a bunch in there. So... yeah, that's funky, right? But yeah, can we TLDR those thoughts? All those thoughts that I ramble on about. When Joy dies, the insane population series will end, I think. And there will be a new series. It probably won't be titled My Favorite Zombie Apocalypse Game, or it might be. It is my favorite, after all. And we'll be changing it to some form of either, 10 years later play, or Apocalypse but insanely rare loot, or just regular Apocalypse settings, honestly. With some minor modifications. I'd play on any of those settings. It's all fun to me. I just worry that sometimes, people view some stuff as too easy. This style is maybe a little bit too much. It might be fair to say that, but hey, who am I to say? So I've used a whole boatload of calories. Someone mentioned that there was a change to the calorie system at some point, and I did not, in fact, get that mod. I may look into it, but yeah, at the moment, the calorie situation is interesting. We need to eat a significant amount of food in order to maintain calories. Okay, so we're back in base. Gonna wash our clothing. Now that we've got excess water. Oh, I need to deposit before we unequip ourselves. So what all did we loot? Mostly books. I do have the frying pan. We need to put that back in the oven. Put that back in the oven, otherwise I'll forget where the heck it is. I did find a machete, didn't I? Yes, machete. Put that away. So here's the 3 hunting knives I was talking about. I'll probably grab one, because I am down to 2 in my bag, so I'll grab one of those. Got all these books, magazines. Wow, nothing really good, huh? Magazines are always good, but eh. Nails, beers, I'll put those in here, I believe, is where I'm keeping food, non-perishable food. So we got quite a few beers. Watches, earbuds. Let me double check my skills. Electrical is red, but it's about to be. It is about to be done. So let's dismantle some stuff, because I'll need to read a book in between. 582. So let's do dismantle 582. 612. Okay, move. Okay, we got 10 left. And I need to read a book. Okay, so I'm going to dump those in here then. I believe these will wake me up if an alarm is set, so I'm going to just hover over them real quick to see. Nope. Okay, and that is it for this stuff. So we need... Oh, here's a watch. Scrap electronics will go in there. We'll start keeping some of that stuff now. I was throwing them away earlier, and you questioned sort of why I was doing that. It's really easy to get scrap electronics off of zombies and watches, so I was kind of... They build up fast. Sometimes I like to hoard, and like you can really have a lot of stuff fast. So fill, empty bottle. Let's head upstairs. The generator info 5487, so it's dropping. We'll need to deal with that at some point here. Not now though. So this is sort of what I like to do in my own little RP way. We just kind of... It feels weird always wearing, you know, like this stuff, so I'll put some of the stuff away. She doesn't necessarily need to wear all this stuff all the time. So there we go. She's got her base outfit. She's not carrying around the bag all the time. You can have a little bit of a relaxing time in base instead of all this, you know, craziness. It is 10 p.m. It is also the end of the episode. So I'll sleep, and I think I'll end by saying, you know, generally yeah, let me know what you think about the zombie settings. I mean, Joy's going to die at some point. She won't live forever. It's just the nature of the game, right? Something's going to happen. Let me know what you think maybe I should do. Should it just be a regular old apocalypse settings with, like, you know, my nuanced settings, no respawn, bite through saliva only? Or should I be doing, in your opinion, the 10 years later, or insanely rare, or sprinters, or what would you prefer to see from this series? But either way, I appreciate you for watching my episodes, and I I apologize for the previous 2 episodes and leaving you on that sort of cliffhanger there. Was not intentional. It's curious how much aggro fishing does. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, it happened once before, but I thought maybe it was a bug or something, or maybe I cleared the zombies out. Clearly I didn't. So yeah, apologies for that. And I'll see you in the next episode.